Good evening. This is All India Radio and I'm Tanvi Taneja with the news at 9. The headlines. India hits back at Pakistan in the United Nations Human Rights Council for fabricating false narrative. Describes decisions on Jammu and Kashmir sovereign and entirely its internal matter. New Delhi rejects reference to Jammu and Kashmir in joint statement by China and Pakistan. South Asia's first cross-border petroleum products pipeline between India and Nepal inaugurated to boost bilateral relations. Ashoora-e-Muharram observed today with reverence and solemnity in various parts of the country. UK government suspends Parliament for 5 weeks amid controversy over Brexit. And 25th Senior Women's National Football Championship kicks off in Arunahcal, Pradesh. India today said decisions regarding Jammu and Kashmir are sovereign and entirely an internal matter of the country. New Delhi said the recent legislative measures taken by it is within the framework of its constitution and will ensure that the progressive measures will also be fully applicable to its citizens in Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh. Secretary East in the Ministry of External Affairs, Vijay Thakur Singh, said this while making a statement at the United Nations Human Rights Council UNHRC in Geneva. She reiterated India's stand that this sovereign decision, like other legislations passed by Parliament, is entirely internal to India and no country can accept interference in its internal affairs. She said temporary preventive and precautionary measures were necessitated to ensure safety and security of the citizens in the face of credible threats of cross-border terrorism. She said, despite challenging circumstances, Jammu and Kashmir's civil administration is ensuring basic services, essential supplies, normal functioning of institutions, mobility and nearly full connectivity. Democratic processes have been initiated. Restrictions are being eased continuously. Appealing the international community to work together in the fight against terrorism and their sponsors, India said, terrorism poses a grave challenge to the commitment of the international community to protect the right to life and security of people globally, and it is extinguishing innocent lives and spreading fear and uncertainty.
The world, in particular India, has suffered greatly on account of state-sponsored terrorism. It is time to collectively take decisive and firm action against terror groups who threaten fundamental rights to life. We must speak out. Silence alone emboldens terrorists and their supporters.
Without naming Pakistan, Ms. Singh said those who abet, finance and support terrorism in any form on the territory under their control are in truth the worst violators of human rights.
The world is aware that this fabricated narrative comes from the epicenter of global terrorism, where ringleaders are sheltered for years. This country conducts cross-border terrorism as a form of alternate diplomacy.
India has rejected the reference to Jammu and Kashmir in the joint statement issued by China and Pakistan after the recent visit of Chinese Foreign Minister. In response to a query, External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Ravish Kumar said Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of India. The spokesman said, on the other hand, India has consistently expressed concerns to both China and Pakistan on the projects in so-called China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, which is in the territory of India that has been illegally occupied by Pakistan since 1947. He said India is resolutely opposed to any actions by other countries to change the status quo in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. He called upon the parties concerned to cease such actions. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has said talks with Pakistan will be held only on Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. He asserted that safety, security and integrity of the nation are paramount for every Indian. Interacting with a delegation of Sarpanchs and Panchs from Jammu and Kashmir in New Delhi today, Mr. Naidu said that the scrapping of Article 370 will pave the way for extension of various schemes and legislations, including the 73rd and 74th constitutional amendments to strengthen the funds and functions of local bodies. The National Democratic Alliance government, under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, has taken many historic and path-breaking initiatives in the first 100 days of its second term. Several union ministers today presented their report cards on 100 days of the government by holding media interactions in different cities across the country. Briefing media in Chennai, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said the government is responsive to the challenges being faced by the Indian economy. She said the government is taking several initiatives to boost the economy.
The idea of merging banks was that each should benefit from the other's preference. இதன் மூலமா better customer reach, credit offtake improve ஆகும். Size of the bank, because as a growing economy you need banks which can take the challenges of a growing economy. That is the reason behind merger.
On the reported slippage of the GDP to 5% in the first quarter of the current fiscal, the minister said ups and downs in the GDP are part of its growth process. Talking to media at Bhopal in Madhya Pradesh, Union Minister of State for Home Affairs Nityanand Rai said abrogation of Article 370, strict law on instant triple talaq and schemes for doubling the farmers' income are the biggest achievements of Narendra Modi government in the first 100 days of its second term. The government has also taken several measures to address water scarcity in the country. Here is the report.
The government has formed Jal Shakti Ministry to address the water-related issues and make the water conservation efforts a mass movement. In July this year, Jal Shakti Abhiyan was launched with an objective to ensure water security to everyone. The centre has set the target to complete 2,11,000 Jal Shakti Abhiyan related works in the selected 1,146 rural blocks by 15 October this year. Of these, over 1,57,000 works have already been completed. Following the clarion call by Prime Minister Narendra Modi for water conservation, water management and access to safe drinking water, issues related to water has now become important aspect of the public discourse. Bhupender Singh, AIR News, Delhi.
This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Nepali counterpart KP Sharma Oli today jointly inaugurated South Asia's first cross-border petroleum products pipeline from Motihari in India to Amlekganj in Nepal through video conference. Speaking on the occasion, Prime Minister Modi said, around 69-kilometer Motihari-Amlekganj pipeline, having a capacity of 2 million metric tons per annum, will provide cleaner petroleum products at an affordable cost to the people of Nepal. The Prime Minister noted that regular exchanges at the highest political levels have laid down a forward-looking agenda for expanding India-Nepal partnership.
भारत और नेपाल के बीच सदियों पुराने पारिवारिक और सांस्कृतिक रिश्ते हैं। ये पीपल टू पीपल संबंध हमारे बायलैटरल रिलेशंस का आधार है। पिछले कुछ वर्षों में हमारे बीच हाईएस्ट पॉलिटिकल लेवल पर अभूतपूर्व नजदीकी आई है और नियमित संपर्क रहा है। विकास के लिए हमारी साझेदारी को और सक्रिय बनाने और नए नए क्षेत्रों में सहयोग को और बढ़ाने के लिए हमने नए अवसरों का लाभ भी उठाया है।
Addressing the gathering, the Nepalese Prime Minister expressed his appreciation for early implementation of the important connectivity project, which was completed much ahead of schedule. Our Kathmandu correspondent has the details on Motihari-Amlekganj pipeline.
Motihari-Amlekganj pipeline will ensure smooth and environment-friendly supply of petroleum products to Nepal. It will also save billions of rupees every year on transportation and leakage. The landmark pipeline will reduce transaction and production cost. With the inauguration of pipeline, people have started getting benefit out of it. The prices of petrol and diesel in Nepal have been reduced 2 rupees per litre from today. The pipeline is expected to be a milestone in the prosperity and development of Nepal. Rajkumar, AIR News, Kathmandu.
India and Iceland signed agreements today to enhance cooperation in the field of sustained fisheries development and organize cultural exchange programs between 2019 and 2022. Iceland also declared exemption from visa for Indian diplomatic and official passport holders. The agreements and MOUs were signed in the presence of President Ramnath Kovind and his Iceland counterpart Gurni Johannesson in Reykjavik in Iceland. Our correspondent covering the President's visit has filed this report.
Bilateral discussion between India and Iceland presidents was fruitful, leading to a mutual commitment to strengthen political ties, economic partnership and cultural understanding. The president said India's transformative growth and Iceland's technology and know-how can add immense value to each other. He noted that Indian companies offer opportunities to Iceland in the fields of pharmacy, IT services, biotechnology, automobile, innovation and startups. The president informed that both the countries have agreed to cooperate closely on climate change, marine litter and other environmental issues. Sudhindra, AIR News, Iceland.
The UK Parliament has officially been suspended or prorogued today for 5 weeks amid the ongoing crisis surrounding Brexit. Amid unprecedented scenes in the Commons, some MPs protested against the suspension by the government. It comes after Prime Minister Boris Johnson's bid to call a snap election in October was defeated for the second time. Opposition MPs refused to back it, insisting a law blocking a no-deal Brexit must be implemented first. The suspension of Parliament means lawmakers cannot sit, debate or pass laws until 14th of October. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said that whatever work Arun Jaitley got, he added tremendous value to it and his life inspires to work harder for the nation. Paying his tributes at the prayer meeting of the late leader in New Delhi this evening, Mr. Modi said Arun Jaitley remained his very close friend and he was a stalwart blessed with so much talent.
वो एक प्रकार से छात्र राजनीति की नर्सरी में पैदा हुआ पौधा था। छात्र राजनीति की नर्सरी में पैदा हुआ पौधा हिंदुस्तान के राजनीति के विशाल फलक में एक वटवृक्ष बनकर के उभर आए, ये अपने आप में बहुत बड़ी बात होती है।
Cutting across party lines, several leaders paid homage to the departed leader. Ashoora-e-Muharram was observed with reverence and solemnity in various parts of the country today. The day marks the martyrdom of Prophet Muhammad's grandson, Hazrat Imam Hussain and his companions, who laid down their lives for upholding truth, righteousness and justice in Karbala. In Uttar Pradesh, Tazia processions were taken up to mark the occasion, which were buried later in the evening at designated places. We have a report.
Slogans of Ya Hussain reverberated on the streets of Lucknow. Main procession started from Victoria Street and thousands thronged for ritual mourning, which included Noha Khwani and performance of Sina Zani. In Jaunpur, Bareilly, Kushinagar, Gorakhpur, Firozabad and other cities, large number of processions were taken out and different style of colorful taziyas, a replica of tomb of Imam Hussain, were seen, which included eco-friendly and whole-glass taziyas. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
On to sports news. The 25th Senior Women's National Football Championship kicked off at Pasighat in Arunachal Pradesh today. Sports Minister Kiran Rijiju and Chief Minister Pema Khandu attended the inaugural match between Railways and Mizoram. The Railways started their campaign with a comprehensive 4-0 victory over Mizoram. 3 other matches were also held at other venues. 30 teams are participating in the 15-day event. Teams have been divided into 8 groups. The 8 group toppers will advance to the quarterfinals, which will be followed by semi-finals and final on the 24th of this month. And now, before we end the bulletin, here are the headlines once again. India hits back at Pakistan in the United Nations Human Rights Council for fabricating false narrative. Describes decisions on Jammu and Kashmir sovereign and entirely its internal matter. New Delhi rejects reference to Jammu and Kashmir in joint statement by China and Pakistan. South Asia's first cross-border petroleum products pipeline between India and Nepal inaugurated to boost bilateral relations. Ashoora-e-Muharram observed today with reverence and solemnity in various parts of the country. UK government suspends Parliament for 5 weeks amid controversy over Brexit. And 25th Senior Women's National Football Championship kicks off in Arunachal Pradesh. And that is all in the news at 9. From all of us here, good night.